Oopsie. So today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my bookshelf and all the books I have here. So then I'm going to talk about a little bit briefly about each selection here. So I thought this would make a nice, relaxing, simple, old-fashioned video. So if you want more from me, subscribe, tap the bell, hit all notifications, and check my website, Bomboni.com, to book your own service from me. If you have a personal problem or issue in your life, you need life advice, I'm always available every day for personal readings or healing sessions for you. So, first of all, I just want to start off by showing you the whole entirety of the shelf. I got this a few years ago, and it's my favorite shelf. Actually, my mom originally had one like this, and then I ended up buying my own, and I just loved it. It looks beautiful with the doors closed, but I think they sell it in a lot of furniture stores, but I love the color. And so one of my goals was to fill out this whole bookshelf in its entirety, and I'm pretty much there, which is nice. And it was thanks to some of my brother's books as well that helped fill it out, that's for sure. So, but I think most of these are mine. So we're gonna start off with Think and Grow Rich. Actually, this was originally my brother's book, but he lent it to me, or gave it to me. I'm really not sure, but I'll just say he lent it to me for now. And this was one of the first ones that I read that he gave to me, and it really did help me open my mind and expand. And reading books like this actually helped me grow, definitely. So then we have The Legend of Star Crash, and I'm not going to take out all the books, but I'll just show you like the cover. I recently talked about that one. I read a lot of Dolores Cannon books, and that one was good. These are some ones I recently purchased that I have yet to read or show. Lighter by Young Pueblo. I've read Young Pueblo, and there's another one that's called The Way Forward. And I've read his works before, but I started buying new ones, and I guess these are his newer works, I'm not sure, but they're beautiful poetic books. And then we have Russ, It's All in Your Head. So I had no idea who this artist was, but it just drew me in, and I bought it and I read it, and it's a very simple read. And then we have The Kabbalion, Three Initiates right here, which is a very spiritual book. We have Teresa Valfoy, Ask Big, and then we have Don't Shrink Your Dream, Enlarge Your Faith. So these are two very short reads, kind of like little pamphlet-sized books. I always love Terry's works. They're very inspiring. She has a new book out in February next month. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Mastery of Love. This actually helped me, a drug laugh, about a couple years ago. And Don Miguel Ruiz is another one of those kind of like Young Pueblo, like really inspiring, but like deep, like really spiritual, deep stuff. Virgo, you guys know I'm a Virgo, so that's a good book to read on. They have, this edition has each zodiac sign. Alright, then From Dust to Discipline by Nastasia Ponomarenko. It's good for women mostly, and young women, like early 20s, mid 20s maybe, but it still kind of made me realize how she got to be a successful entrepreneur. Another Young Pueblo, this was the one I already read, Clarity and Connection, and it's so beautifully written. These books are just so beautifully written, I can't even begin to describe. They're so poetic, and like, The Magic of Manifesting Love by Ryo Shinohara. Actually, this one too helped me manifest pretty quickly. When I read this book and this book, it helped me actually a lot understand love in general, relationships in general, and all that stuff. This is my brother's book, Star Wars, Heir to the Empire. I've never actually watched Star Wars or read anything Star Wars, but here's the two Star Wars books. A Midsummer Night's Dream, that's my brother's book. I've had to read that for high school. And then Tough by Greg Everett. That's one of those motivational, inspirational books. So then we have Total Restoration. Again, another Terry book. Legacy from the Stars, another Dolores Cannon. I just actually finished this book. These are the Nostradamus series, volume 1, 2, and 3 of Dolores. I read these already. So, let's move forward. Another young Bible. This is Inward, so that I have yet to read. So Inward, Lighter, The Way Forward. Those are 3 new ones I've purchased recently. Dealing with Difficult People, that was my brother's, but I read that by Chris Brady. It actually is helpful. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I've read that. These are like 3 Flat Earth books. I just read them for entertainment. The Navigator Who Crossed the Ice Walls, Terra Infinita, Extraterrestrial Worlds and Their Civilization, and The Lands of Mars. They're very short, easy reads. Pep Talk and Live Your Dreams by Terry. This will motivate you and get you inspired to pursue your goals in life. Personality Plus. How I Raise Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. Spiritual Maturity. And Thick Skinned by Claude Hamilton. So these 4 are definitely personality shapeshifters, I would say. Ultimately, getting you on the growth mindset. And Spiritual Maturity, actually, that's more, this was a book that was given to a family member and recommended to me. So I would say more of these 3 books, but the Spiritual Maturity is really for like people with faith. And these 3 are more for people looking for more growth in their life. And Thick Skinned is about really having a thicker skin. Pretty self-explanatory. I always have this rug here. Paco loves this rug in front of the bookshelf. Okay, so let's move on. These are like Zelda books. They're my brother's $100 million Offers by Alex Hormozy. And this was a couple that achieved massive success just by simple formula. And I think you can apply this formula to most anything. The Book of Stones by Robert Simmons and Aisha Hassan. This one was quite a book. I read through all the crystals and I'm slowly purchasing them all with time. My goal is to collect pretty much one of every stone. Triggered. This is Don Trump Jr.'s book. That's one of my brother's books. He reads a lot of like the Patriot stuff and the Ultimate Acid Reflux Guide and Cookbook. My brother bought this as part of a birthday gift because I have GERD and like that helps. I actually have yet to read this, but I would like to make more recipes, but I'm like, what the heck is almond butter? So it's kind of hard for me to really find all the recipes and stuff. Benjamin Franklin, Walter Isaacson. So my brother likes a lot of history stuff. And here we have The Great Awakening. And then another Dolores. I have yet to read this. 3 Waves of Volunteers and The New Earth. I like the sounds all of these make. Okay, so I am excited to read that one. Our Cosmic Origin by Ismail Perez. Read that already. The Jesus and the Essenes by Dolores. Between Death and Life by Dolores. I recently talked about these because I made a video showing what books I read recently. Halo. My brother is a gamer, so that's his. And Disrupting the Game. I'm not sure what those are. American Marxism by Markel R11. Again, not really sure what these are about. Busybodies by Lee Burns. Definitely not sure what that is. The Custodians. So this is one of the next ones I'm going to read soon by Dolores. The Search for Hidden Sacred Knowledge by Dolores as well. And Horns of the Goddess. Those are the last ones I have to read by Dolores. These 3 and this one, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and The New Earth. I'm currently reading Keepers of the Garden. I've actually already listened to it in an audiobook like 5 years ago, but I would like to refresh my memory, so I'm actually reading the physical copy. Let's see here. This one was actually written before her passing in 2014, so I can't wait to actually read this. And This one was published 2022, after her passing by her daughter, I believe. So then we have The Discourse by Jill Cole and Alba Weinman. This is an amazing book I've already mentioned as well. This is the second edition of Our Cosmic Origin. So I have this one and this one. This is the newest edition that looks better and is more edited. Scary Smart by Mogodat talks about artificial intelligence and the dangers moving ahead. 5 Lives Remembered, already read that one. And these are the Convoluted Universe series, book 1 through 5, that I have yet to read. I'm reading these last. These are the big boys. These are going to be the last books I read from Dolores before I'm done with her series. And I've read all but one of her books. And then we have the great, I'm not going to read that last word, but you get it. And then 1776 by David McCullough. So that's another one of my brothers. The Trigger by, yeah, not gonna read the name. Another one of my brothers, like I said. So he likes that kind of stuff, like all that stuff. So I'm not sure what this is, but I think it's another book of his. And these are like some of his games. He's a huge game collector. Oh my god, you should see his collection now. Like, it's insane. Like, you thought he had a lot when I did that video like 3-4 years ago. Like, it's a pretty freaky. I think his collection probably doubled by then. He loves collecting. So let's move on. Dune. I'm not sure what that is, but that's one of his. I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. I guess this is very prophetic of what's going on today. If you think about it, Star Wars: The Last Command by Timothy Zahn, another one of his. To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee and my brothers. But we've all had to read this too, and I can actually use a page of it. Holy cow, this book looks old. I really can feel the oldness of that book. George R. R. Martin, Game of Thrones. That's his book too. I didn't even think he really cared about Game of Thrones, to be honest. The Richest Man in Babylon, George S. Clayson. His book, but he really let me borrow it. This is a powerful book. Powerful. It teaches you there's power in saving 10% of your income every month. Like, that's just one of the principles alone. It just could really propel you forward in life, you know. The Laws of Lifetime Growth. Another beautiful one. My brother let me Untangle by Terry Savelle. This book triggered me. I actually, like, honestly, this is probably one of the ones I can't say I don't recommend, but there's something in there that will trigger a lot of people. So I don't know. I was not happy reading that in some part. They Walked with Jesus. And then Rules for Deplorables by Kathy Chamberlain. I'm really not sure what that means. That's his book. Leadership Train by Orrin Woodward. Orrin Woodward is such a good, straightforward, simple author. I like it. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I might need to reread that one. Declutter Your Way to Success by Terry Savelle just teaches you how to get organized and stuff. An Actor's Guide to Walking the Razor's Edge. Not sure what that's about. That's brothers, of course. Dream It, Pin It, Live It. Terry Savelle. Toughen Up by Claude Hamilton. It's similar to Thick Skin, like just really that book for men. That's really good. Financial Fitness, the offense, defense, and playing field of personal finance. Another great money book. So these ones are kind of just like fillers. Oh, You're Valuable to God. That's another Terry pamphlet book. World of Warcraft game manual. Like, I used to play WoW like crazy. I have not actually played in over 3 years now. This was a book that my brother had to use for when he studied HVAC. He actually went to like a very nice university and got his bachelor's degree, but then he did HVAC to help my family member in at the time years ago in their business. The Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mandino. Interpersonal Hypnotherapy by Matthew Brownstein. I took and studied transpersonal and clinical hypnotherapy almost 5 years ago now. Finding Your Alignment. This is my book I wrote almost 5 years ago now. This is the non-official copy, but yes, I do have a book. You can find it at Amazon. Type Finding Your Alignment, Tony Bomboni. I don't think you can find it by just typing Finding Your Alignment. You have to type Finding Your Alignment, Tony Bomboni. Super Mario Odyssey. Just some gaming manual. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's just anything game, or where I say I don't know. That's my brother's. This is a financial fitness workbook that came with that financial fitness book over there. Thomas Jefferson Education. Okay. Obviously my brother's. There's my official copy. I mean, read it, guys. Read it. You know, I'm surprised more people didn't purchase it. I even have videos where I actually read the whole book, like in 5 different videos. And it gets very emotional. Brain Tingles by Greg Richard. And he was actually on TEDx and talked about ASMR. He owns ASMR University, and I was featured in this book as well. Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. Another good, motivating. Tin Man, the Iron Man by Chris Swanson. Another great book for men, The Financial Matrix and How to Escape It by Orrin Woodward. So Orrin comes out with a lot of these finance books. This was actually the original copy of Brain Tingles. Like, they sent me this copy to proofread and see if it was okay to publish, and then this was the official one. The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. Peace Under All Circumstances, another Matthew one. This one helped me a lot, actually. The 10 questions. Yeah, some of these I definitely need to reread. The Leader's Checklist by Terry Savelle. Terry has so many books, my god. The Life Leadership textbook. I don't think I read that one. This one was like, I keep it because it was like all my original works. Yeah, that's me from years ago. Just some like really artistic works I've produced. But this was actually a sponsorship. I was sponsored by Chat Books a while back. I used to do so many sponsorships. And I just decided to put like a compilation of all my past works here. Like, this is like different like Instagram posts, you know, different artworks. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay, I had to wait for that plane to get out the way. There's a little Paco. And just different posts I had on my Instagram. For some reason, Paco's in a lot of these. Yeah, I think it's pretty freaking cool. For those who haven't seen, there's my bird Poopsie. She's actually hanging out next to us right now. Yeah, different like pictures I've taken over the years on Insta. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that there. Blood, Guts, and Things That Drive You Nuts by Chris Swanson. I mean, a movie making nerd by James Rolfe. My brother is obsessed with Angry Video Game Nerd. An Ugly Truth. I think that, I don't know what that's about. The Art of Astrology. That's a good one that I read. And How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People. So those are, this is why I never pull these books out. See, they fall. I don't like when they fall. Okay, so then we're gonna move down here finally, and we have refrigeration and air conditioning technology that obviously my brother had to have for his HVAC certification, electricity and controls for HVAC, and then blueprints and plans for HVAC. So there we go. A Massage Therapist Guide to Business. I had to read this when I studied massage therapy. So after high school, I studied 1 year in university for earth science. Then I changed it to criminal justice. And then I dropped out, studied massage therapy. Then I studied Reiki healing. Then I studied like angelic healing. Then I studied all sorts of things about essential oils. Like took little courses about that until I studied hypnotherapy. Yeah, so that's the range of studies I have. I'm very much like self-learning, and then nowadays this is my study. You know, I studied like religion and like past life regressions. Like, you know, like life is my book, right? Life is my education. The Sacred Geometry of Meditation. So I'm always learning something new. That's another Matthew Brownstein, but this one's a little harder, complex spiritual stuff to understand. It goes into shapes and geometrics. Another HVAC book, Protein and Muscle Guide. That's my brother reads that, I guess. He's into fitness too. Resolved 13 Resolutions for Life. Oh, this is Orrin Woodward. I might have to read that. I thought it was about history. I was like, oh, that's not something I'm into that much. These are adult coloring books I used to sponsor, get referrals from. So that was when I first moved into the apartment. Stephen King, It. My brother likes horror stuff. I don't really like that stuff. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Yeah, I don't really like scary stuff like that. George Washington's War by Robert Leakey. And Leadership. I think I read Leadership by Orrin Woodward. Charles Dickens. Oliver Twist, A Tale of Two Cities. Great Expectations, and A Christmas Carol. So these are all those books. We grew up reading Charles Dickens because my mom used to read that to us to fall asleep at night, about Jenga. So that's all about Jenga. And where it started came from Channel Kindness. This is a book, Lady Gaga's first book that's written with her mother, co-written. And yeah, just actually even one of the towns in this book was a small town that they talk about the music store in that town. I actually grew up in that small town in Illinois. So it's kind of funny. And I think that was the last story in this book too, which made it more special to me. But I used to be a fan of her growing up in my teens and like loved her music, obviously. And I think even the Born This Way Foundation followed my Twitter account at one point, which was pretty exciting to me. The Sutras on Healing and Enlightenment. Yeah, actually, people don't know, like a lot of celebrities know about my channel. Like, I just don't talk about it, but like they've told me, like privately, and I don't shout their names out, but like it over the years is pretty freaking cool. Once in a while, like someone will be like, oh my god, and they have like millions of followers. I'm like, holy crap, like I feel like I should be like, oh my god to you, yeah, so we've come a long way, guys. I feel like also it's important to have a bookshelf because it's like the history, it's like books are important, they hold a lot of memories, and they definitely mean a lot to me over the years. So that's another Matthew book. Matthew just written. I wonder if he has new works. He owned the hypnotherapy school, and he was one of my instructors for hypnotherapy in Tampa for like a week, I think. He showed up for the first week, which was nice to learn from him because he has a lot of experience in hypno. But I still wish I would have met Dolores Cannon, but that's okay. The Family Tree Guide to DNA Testing and Genetic Genealogy. Actually, this guy was watching my videos and he sent me his book, so that was pretty freaking cool. I actually have yet to read it, but I will eventually, because I am curious about where genetics come from, and because I mentioned something in my videos about ancestry and DNA and where you can do the swab and then get your genetic, and so he sent me this book. So I was actually featured in this magazine tabletop book. I don't know why there's tape there. I think I accidentally ripped it. But yeah, I wonder where it was featured. Let me see. I gotta check it out. I don't want to show like anyone else's work. Oh, here I am. Oh yeah, so yeah, I did show this. They allowed me to show it, so they featured me, and I guess they interviewed and asked some questions, and yeah, so yes, I am a part of LGBT history, it feels like. Just pretty freaking cool. Imagine Big, another Terry, Personality Plus. All these I've read. It is so great. 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m. This is definitely a very, very important one. Unabridged by Jack London. Brothers book, Pales by Chris Brady. The Best American Short Plays. Okay, that's like the most random book I've seen. Zig Ziglar's Secrets of Closing the Sale. Okay, and it's not just about real estate, it's about selling stuff, products. The Meditation System, so that's the last Matthew Brownstein book. So yeah, his works are very deep. Definitely you have to like read it over several times, I think, to really process it. Even his class is like, you know, you just really have to like repeat what he's saying sometimes, because it just goes on and on. It's just like this. He has so much knowledge. Einstein, Walter Isaacson, that's my brother's. Make Your Dreams Bigger Than Your Memories. Oh my god, another Terry book. I forgot how many Terry books I have. Oh my god. And then there is Unshakable by Tony Robbins. I just love Tony so much. He makes me cry like every time, because he just goes deep and it hits the emotional spot, you know. Now, I have no idea what on earth this is. Oh, there's some china back here. I don't know why that's back there. That shouldn't be there, but whatever. Okay. Because eventually, when I run out of room here, either buy another bookshelf or start stacking books behind. But I don't want to do that because then it's not easy to reach and you can't see like what's there. But that's all the books, guys. I wanted to show you for this YouTube video. Yes. There's more books, but like my brother likes to have his books in his room while he's reading. He's the type of person that reads like 3, 4, 5 books at once. That's too confusing for me. But anyway, I tell him every time, when you're done with the book, please, for goodness sake, put it here. So as you can see, I try to put the lighter books, no pun intended, lighter books here on top so that it doesn't weigh it down, because I don't know if you can tell, it starts to kind of bend here, and once this breaks, it breaks. I don't think you can even replace it. Maybe you can, but yeah, so the heavier books on the bottom for obvious reasons, and that's why I think I need to get another bookshelf, because it's starting to really lean on both sides here, and if I start putting more, it's gonna further cave and damage the shelf. So maybe I should show you how it looks closed, but it kind of makes a loud click when I shut it, which, yeah, okay, I think that's fine. And this is nice because you can actually turn it and lock it, I think. So yeah, these magnetic clasps close the bookshelf. There you go. So thank you very much for watching, and there it is. And remember, if your TV is bigger than your bookshelf, no, how does the saying go? Don't trust someone whose TV is bigger than their bookshelf. Yeah, so I maybe should have listened to that advice when I dated my ex. Oh, I didn't say anything. Anyways, so, but you know what they say also about your ex? Success is the best revenge. So if you want to get over that ex, be successful. That'll make him mad. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this bookshelf